bro, DJs are pretty damn narcissistic. Come on, how narcissistic are DJs? Like, it's insane. Like,
they're out there. They're out there. I talked about it before. I think it's the worst trait because if you're narcissistic, you can't be a good perspective taker. You can't look at things from other people's perspective. And like, especially when it comes to like DJing a wedding in particular, you have to be so good at reading a crowd and looking at things from their perspective. What's going to make Aunt Sally, who's probably 69 years old, dance? What's going to make these younger, the couple and their friends dance when they're all 28? Where like you have to look at so many different and analyze all that. You know, if you're a narcissist, you're just going to play the music you like and music you think that should work and has worked in the past. And when it doesn't, it's just, oh, well, this crowd sucks. Like I've talked about this before. You know what I mean? Like it's a bad trait. It's no bueno. But I'm like, you know, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, funny story. So I took a 3-year break. Just one last story there. I took a 3-year break and then I came back to the clubs. And remember, you got to start all over. So 2012, 13, the reason why I was so aggressive, I came back 2011, I think. Was because I had taken a break. So I literally lost my whole network. Everybody at the labels was gone. Everybody was laid off. I was laid off. So I had to start from scratch. So I literally started with a booking agency. I was like the one that they had me in like the Irish pubs, the places where the DJ booth was like in the worst place near the bathroom. Like, you know what I mean? Like on top of the side of the bar where you're in the bartender's way, like just worst place. Anyway, and when I started doing was I started to play like the decent. I finally got to the point where I was playing the decent places, but on the worst nights where nobody was there, and I would literally play like if there was the place was packed, like wall to wall. So because what I was thinking was the bartenders and the DJ, the security is still got to sit in that place. So why am I going to play like nobody's in there?
Yeah.
So I literally played for everybody, and we
playing
had
for them, yeah.
So the place was lit, meaning like the bartenders dancing behind the bar, whatever, and they would be like, "Yo," so guess what would happen? Somebody wouldn't show. Guess who they call?
That's a really good point.
Somebody got fired. Guess who they would call? You get it? Like any situation where it was like, what are we gonna do? They put the guy, and then before I knew it, I was doing the best nights, and then you couldn't get anybody else to fill in the best nights because we had the shit lit. So I had it lit when it wasn't busy. And I had it when it was. So these are the things where I feel like people like us DJs, we're so narcissistic that we're so like, why do we need that praise? Just play good. Like a good DJ plays good all the time, not sometimes. You know what I mean?
Exactly. A good DJ, like that is such a great point and a great example, Cova, because like it's like a good like that's you looking at from a different perspective. A lot of people would be there in an empty bar and be like, this sucks, and just put on a mix. You never, the number one rule is you never know who's listening, okay? You never know. And that's number one. And number two, play for who's in front of you, even if it's staff, even if there's 2 people there. You know what I mean? Play for them. I can't tell you how many times, you even, to relate it to weddings, you're at a wedding, your dance floor dies, you got 5 people left, but one of those 5 people are jamming heavy. Then I am literally locked onto that person, and I want them to continue to jam heavy, and I'm going to keep going until people jam heavy around them because it'll get contagious. You know what I mean? The fact that you played for that staff literally gave you that position because you were just playing for the people in front of you and still having a great time. You know, they want to hear good music too. Like I don't know. That's so important, so smart. I completely agree. Right? And that's something that narcissists can't do. They don't, if you think a certain way, you're not going to think like that. You're not going to think outside the box like that. You're just going to think, this sucks. I look like a loser. You're going to worry about what you look like. I look like a loser right now. There's nobody here. God, this looks so bad. I hope nobody comes now. I hope nobody sees how empty this place is. Like, who gives a shit? Nobody cares. No one will remember, you know?